Hardest thing about today is trying to deal with it on a day-by-day basis. 5:22 p.m. West Coast time. It's still the 12th of May, 2024. We were John C. Roseman, California. A diary of the griever named John Weaver, which is me. What's going on, fellow zombies? Today's Mother's Day, and it's a hard day for me even getting through. I had the special meals planned out in my head, but I'll tell you, I'm not doing the special meals. It's something that I was trying to get through, trying to find some way to identify with everybody else trying to celebrate Mother's Day. And I keep coming across other people who are still having the same issues like I am when they lose those special people in their life and how much it hurts like hell. And I'm looking at myself and I'm saying, yeah, I'm doing the same thing to myself because I'm killing myself in this situation. But maybe other people just don't get this one. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're supposed to understand this damn thing and they still can't get it. But I think they do get it because pain is universal. Losing someone is universal. Even in the animal kingdom is universal. And for me, it never got any easier. It just didn't. So right now, I had to do something that was kind of hard. Trying to respond to someone, and I guess it didn't get it, or tried to figure out maybe the people didn't get it, but couldn't find a way to explain it to them that some things happen in life that there is no explanation for, or all viewpoints. Trying to deal with certain national, international topics, and yet this one is going to haunt us because we don't know what the hell we're doing. But then again, who does in foreign policy anyway? But if that wasn't bad enough, I mean, I said something about the diary of the griever named John Weaver, right? Which means I'll be dealing with my personal issue. The issue, anniversary date that keeps floating around, was it like the second Sunday of, or the first Sunday? No, second Sunday of May that we celebrate Mother's Day. And if you guys been watching the videos, you know how much Mother's Day would be meaning to me. And sometimes hard as hell to deal with because of loss. I don't hold that back. I don't hold that pain back. I cry, I moat, I go nuts. But sometimes I feel like I want to do it on camera, but I can't because it's too damn personal and too damn hard as hell. For the most part, that's got to be okay with me. I'm surviving today. And I got into a tiff with someone because I didn't like the way he was saying something, but I expressed my opinions anyway. It'll probably be disregarded like every other damn email, and that's fine. Let it. Let it. Because at this point, I really don't give a rat's butt. But I did because I did the video. But it was also being posted on mine in general, and it was going to be because I want people to hear and listen. I want people to understand what's at stake. I wanted them to get the message. And if they didn't get the message, well, then that's probably on me because I didn't get the message to them in time. But it's all right. I'll have to do it anyway. He was talking about people's perspectives and things like that. Try to make sure that people talk about things that matter to him a great deal. Let's talk about history. Listen for the powerful. Well, the powerful already know it, but they really don't give a shit. Or if they do, they still don't give a shit. They know they got public opinion against their ass. But do we understand that they really don't give a shit? I mean, we hear the fiery rhetoric. Do we actually see the tears? Except from the people that they're trying to uh, prop up. This is going to be insulting right here that I'm going to put this on here. Because I'm already expecting that to kick in like crazy. Pop up would mean a prop, something false. But maybe or maybe not. You use a cane to prop yourself up. I use a cane to prop myself up. If I'm not able to do so for long periods of time, standing up for long periods of time, I need a cane. I also need a cane for walking. When it comes time for walking around in the apartment I've got over here or even outside, sometimes if my body is feeling it, I will use my cane to steady me. Otherwise, I can walk. Not very good, not very well, but I can walk. But if I happen to go outside, do I feel like I'm on the stage? But then again, if I'm going to start thinking about it, life would be a stage of sorts, wouldn't it? Think about this theatrical theater that is of life. And in the audience, you've already had the spent players watching people who are coming from both sides of the wings of the theater, doing their shtick, and then being escorted and put back into the seats to watch eternally as that life goes on in front of them. You got your stage managers, you got your stage hands out there, you got your gaffers. It's the actors that you really wanted to pay attention to. It's not the guys running the production, physically running the production. You're not looking for the composer unless you're interested in the music interludes. Or the guy giving cues left and right. And the directors will. It's not even the ones with the lighting issues or with the boom mics or anything else like that. But you want to hear and see the play. And the play outside we have is Evil Knievel trying to get his motorcycle running. No disrespect to the family of the Knievels on this one here, but no disrespect meant anyway. We're dealing with lunatics out here who just deal with their own engines, and sometimes they feel like this place is like Indianapolis 500. They want to race. Not on a loop, but on a straight. Might as well call it the Roseman Drags out here. But you still have your daredevils out there who like to ride in the little mini bikes. Usually when there's practically no traffic around, so they're able to get point A to point B, which is back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So how's that work? Well, that's their stage. That's their shtick. They're on view. They're on a viewpoint. They're on a slant. Some of the stuff I was trying to tell them, I guess it didn't work. But if it did, oh well. It'll take a while for him to sort through the damn stuff, and if he stopped throwing up already for the video. He tries. This guy tries. There's supposed to be intellectual people watching this guy, and it's supposed to be understanding where he's trying to come from. Simple, humble, direct. Not direct enough. He's so obscure, it drives me crazy. He brings up a topic over here, but it doesn't produce any links for people to go out and research. What is it with this asshole? But then again, that's his shtick I'm going on, or criticizing left and right. Quite frankly, I expect these guys to criticize me. Swinging a winch. Hold on. Mom, Mush, come here. Come here, sweetheart. Come here. Come on. Come here. Johnny got to pick you up. Johnny going to pick you up. Johnny going to pick her up. She's getting older. And she's getting more and more needy. She'll whine. And it just means like either she needs the attention or else she needs something. She's already been fed. Probably needs to go out. I'm going to take her outside and let her. But I've got pads down on the floor just in case. Uh-oh. Madam Psychotic just kicked in and activated. Saw that one. Okay, we're going to put her down. She's going to run. Or maybe find a place to take a dump. Anyway, I'll put you on pause. We'll do the blathering a little bit. Here. Well, Shia must be obeyed is now just freaking out in the bedroom again. She went outside for a minute or two, and then she couldn't deal with it. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Had to get the old, cane out here just in case. Do I got the audacity to say all these things and think I got impunity, integrity, and everything else going on? Or does people think like I'm talking with my head up my ass? I don't know, because I'm still expecting some of those negative comments to come out, saying you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Okay, cool. What's your perspective? I've got a perspective. I'm just saying that. No, you got your perspective. So, in your viewpoint, in your opinion, humble or irritating it may be, what is it? So far, I haven't heard anything yet. So far, I'm expecting to hear something about it. And I want to hear something about it because I want to hear what the feedback is. I want to know what thing that people have an issue with me. I want to hear it. Am I a know-it-all? Am I a libtard? Am I a wokeism guy, kind of guy? You know, years ago, I never even understood what wokeism was all about. Now I constantly hear it. And I think it's a dangerous, deadly thing to man. It's like a curse or something like that. No, it's a mindset, maybe, or a value, or something that people would hold on to. So I guess other people don't want it because they want fear, confusion, insanity, and they want their own way of running and ruling people's lives. And ruining people's lives at the same time. Why not? It'll drive them crazy, won't it? Including me. Every once in a while, I have to get past the orange juice phase and get myself into apple juice. I like the taste. Need the vitamins. And it's still just as sweet as the Tang and Gatorade mixture. What's the difference? It's still sugar. But taste is off. Fluctuations of chemicals interacting with the tongue, shooting off the impulses into the brain. Is it pleasurable? Is it not pleasurable? Switches, zeros and ones, or maybe threes. Avoid the two. Perspective, context, understand. I grew up not wanting to be a teacher. I grew up wanting to be a writer. I wanted to write as well as the other novelists I've read. I wanted to be among them. I discovered I'm not among them. At least I haven't applied myself to the point where I want to show people my work and see how badly it is. I always wanted to get a proofreader to see if I was on target, get an editor if he liked it, and then there was a publisher. The problem is I can have computers to do the proofreading if it's acceptable under its algorithms. But as for an editor, they got to read the damn thing to see whether or not it's okay for them or not. Do they understand it? Is it enough for them? Or is there more I could put into there? Maybe more descriptive wording in there. Maybe some things that needed to be brought out. Maybe more characterizations, more storylines, something. Something that I always miss. I always need to have another eye on the damn thing, but I'm always afraid of the criticism. At least I was back then, and still am, I guess, these days. So, I'm still expecting the criticism happening these days. Am I full of shit, or am I not full of shit? Am I mouthy, or am I not mouthy? Do I know what I'm talking about? Do I not know what I'm talking about? But it's like I'm dependent upon everybody else's point of view and actions at this point over here, but we are subject to it. Because that's how our characters are changing left and right. If we're so full of ourselves, we know better. Maybe we're not seeing the different perspective or different viewpoint as much as we should. That's why we have to keep an open mind on things and ideas and ideologies. Maybe there are elements in there that we would agree with, but we're too damn afraid to. Because it might piss off everybody else. Okay, fine. Well, is there a course change I needed to make? Because if I'm still a river going down, if I'm a rushing body of water going down a riverbed over here, you know how riverbeds are. They're rocky. They're not smooth. They got pebbles and they got cracks and crevices and creatures in there. But they also have divergence. And you have to split yourself one way or another. If you're a leaf floating on a turbulent stream, some people may think it looks like it's placid or something. But maybe closer up, it's got more of action than you've actually been able to see far away. And then you got to see what decisions it's got to make following the curve, following the river, following this, following until something happens. But what? And you have to react to that. Guess what? Such is life. They say, Celebrate, such is life. You must, you must you have to, whatever the hell they're going to say at this point over here. Compensate? Okay, you're going to compensate. How are you going to do that? By what reasons? By what logic? By what? What kind of algorithm are you putting through to calculate this situation? These are my thoughts. These are the things I'm talking about and things that matter to me. Because if it doesn't, well, then it doesn't. Doesn't matter to people? Fine. I got no problem with that. But if it matters to me, then I got to figure it out. What's going on? What am I missing? I know there are more sides to a story. There are more sides to a topic. There are more sides to see if we're open enough. But if we're not, well, how's that river thing running? You just came across someone's foot in the water. Now what do you do? You're a leaf, but somebody just crossed the river. So now he's made a muddy mess. Now there's turbulence, more than usual. Now there's divergence. There's misdirection. There's the force of the water displaced. Is the foot still in the river? So now we got the displacement all over the damn place, and therefore drying up that portion until that foot gets out of it. Now what do you do? You're a leaf. What are you going to do? You're supposed to be like a leaf, flowing. But what are you going to do about that obstruction there? You got to be going with the force of water, because now the force of water is trying to force you to do something. Follow directions. Okay, what are you going to do? Go onto the ground, be grounded? Are you going to have enough to go around that obstruction? How big's that foot, by the way? Or that rock that just rolled in there? That looks like Hoover Dam. We're talking about point of views. We're talking about foreign policies. We're talking about looking at different things at different angles at this point. And granted, yeah, it's confusing as hell. Even for this 58-year-old. And sometimes some things are just beyond my control. And I'm trying to deal with it. I'm trying to deal with an aging dog. I'm dealing with life on life's terms right now. She wants to go out again. But she's already been out, and she can't remember that. That she didn't like it outside. But I got to take her out again one more time just to see if she's going to be able to deal with it out there. She's looking for food that I've already taken up. And she don't like it. She's already eaten, but she can't remember. How's that for slants and foreign policy? How's that for viewpoints? Don't look at me as Gandhi. Do not look at me as Gandhi. There's no way in hell I'd be matching up Gandhi and some of these other guys. There's no way in hell. I am who I am. I am what I am. I'm still trying to figure that shit out. But I hear other people trying to produce themselves as this way or that way. This is how it's supposed to be. I'm like, is it? I question. I should question. Why not? I'm going to see someone in a damn studio that's giving me a bad performance. You know, as a heckler, I'm going to have to heckle. Even I'm waiting for my own time on the stage. Or maybe I can heckle the guy coming up on the stage who's going to be replacing me. I'll get to heckle him. Be one of those people in the audience and just throwing popcorn at the guy. Who knows? That's something I should think about. I didn't say anything about you thinking about it, did I?